Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for being on this journey to number 100. So, again, we're on this zero talent journey. We're ending off this year knowing that we have to put forth a lot more into becoming the individual we would like to be for 2023. So right now we are, or we have come across some very important things that will create an environment for us to succeed and excel in whatever we're trying to accomplish, right? One, we had talked about being on time and what that means. If if you're not sure, hey, be sure to listen to 2 episodes ago, right? Last episode, we talked about your work ethic and what that means. And how, to me, work ethic and effort, which is the word for today, are very, very similar. So, some of us have to put forth a lot of effort in order to develop a great work ethic. So let's examine, or let's take a look at, what does it really mean? Or what is the word effort? What is that true definition? So the definition from Oxford language is a vigorous or determined attempt. So how many of us are really going out there every day and putting forth as much effort as we can in our process, in our thoughts, in our deeds? How many of us are really putting forth such a vigorous and determined attempt to become a better person? Again, this list is from Employee Humanity. And this has really touched me because I think these key things will help us to move forward in 2023. There's a lot of challenges out there in the world right now that where people are losing their jobs, where people are having some great debates in some cases, but are unflexible. They're not flexible enough to really hear what the other side is saying. So so right now we need to put forth more effort, a determined attempt to become better in society. We really do. And so when it comes down to you as an individual, because you can't control everyone. So right now we're worried about ourselves, where you may not have the talent, right, to do better, but you have to put forth the effort, which develops a great work ethic, right? To be better, to affect change. You can't just sit on your couch. You can't just sit in your lazy boy chair. You can't just sit on your steps. You can't just look outside the window. I'm reminded of some TV shows back in the day where the little old ladies are sitting in the window just looking and gossiping and talking about everything that's going on, right? And I'm not sure how many of you, remember any TV shows like that. I can think of like 227 or, things like that helped to shape who we are today, or shape who I am today. I'm not sure if you've experienced that in your own community or whatever it is. But are you just sitting on the sideline watching, right? Or are you putting forth effort to make change? This podcast was created to affect change. This podcast was created to get you to think a little differently in moving forward. Are you putting forth the effort to be a better person? Now, as you see, I am generalizing effort in being a better person because that affects everything else that you have going on. Whether you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're going to work every day, being a better parent, a better sibling, a better child yourself, whatever it is, your personal relationships, whatever it is, are you putting forth enough effort? So are you putting forth enough effort to be honest with yourself? Because sometimes we could be a little delusional, thinking that we're right, without doing the proper research or having intelligent conversations to educate ourselves in whatever that situation is. And even when we are educated, are we putting forth enough effort to understand the other person's side? Because they could be just as educated, just not educated from the school of thought where you are. So let's put forth more effort to becoming better, to grow, to mature, as I used to work again in corporate America, and I would take a look at the individuals who were getting awards every year and recognized and things like that, and even in just school. And and at one point in time, I had to recognize, am I putting forth enough effort? Now, let's be honest, based off of my my own talents, my own gifts and graces, there were some things where it's like, hey, if I really wanted it, I could have it. That was my mindset. But I didn't put forth enough effort to prove it. Now, I did get some accolades here and there, yes. When I felt like doing some more work, putting forth more effort to show who I really am. And then there were some times where I was just lazy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was called out on it. Because I didn't put forth the effort. They knew that I was better than that. They did. And I knew it too. But sometimes you don't put forth the effort. How much effort is it for you to, if you want to do something like this, doing a podcast or a seminar, a summit, become a better speaker, things like that. If those type of things that you want to do, how much effort does it take for you to get to that point? And commitment. I challenge you today to put forth, moving forward from today, putting forth just a little bit more effort. Now, you don't have to be all out, gung-ho, rah, war cry type stuff, right? But you just put forth another effort, just a little bit more effort, and you'll see where that will take you. You'll see that it will increase your territory, if you will, in whatever you're trying to accomplish. It will put you in places that you had never considered before. Just consider that idea of putting forth a little bit more effort. Again, take a look at this list from Employee Humanity. I think it's a great idea. If you follow Chisholm Group, I believe I put it on my LinkedIn account on Chisholm Group, LLC, on my business page. So keep that in mind, that effort will help you to become a better individual. Thank you very much for listening today.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.